represent the Kellers, Cub Scout Pack 1393 from McMurray and Cub Scout Pack 474 out of Norvelt. Could everybody please stand for the invocation and remain standing for the national anthem?
Father, thank you for providing this beautiful evening for racing at Motordrome. We come before you with gratitude in our hearts for your great love and humbly ask for your hand of protection to be upon the drivers and all of us here tonight. May we enjoy together this night at the races. In your name we pray. Amen.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Is Jeff Giles from Vanderbilt. 95, Jimmy Stokes from West Newton. The 04 is Bob Shipp from Jefferson Hills, and the 3 is John Castor from Smithton. Hamilton, your early leader in car 29. The Eagle Eye Automotive Machine out of Pittsburgh. 8, D.W. Lynn. John Castor in the 3. Behind him in 3rd, Jimmy Stokes in the 95. 4th, the 04 Bob Shipp, and the 50 of Jeff Giles. Big lead here for Hamilton, out to a half a straightaway advantage, looking to complete lap number 2. D.W. Lynn in the 8, trying to hold on. Oh, hard into the 3 of John Castor. They're bouncing around in turn 4. Caution is out. Second and third place cars, and D.W. Lynn will do the same. Out. Bob Shipp in the 04 moving into second. To go. White flag for Bruce Hamilton. 1 lap to go on Falcone's Dodge Night. Out of Pittsburgh, Bruce Hamilton winning the first heat race of the night in the Motordrome Chargers. Bob Shipp second. Jimmy Stokes and Jeff Giles round out the field of finishers. Off the fourth turn they come. Second heat race for the Chargers. Pole sitter Mike Lemley. Tough to beat when he starts up front, especially this year. He's been on a roll. Rick Broadwater into second. Tracy Keller is third. Dave McManus in the 17 taps the 51 of Phil Abbott. McManus gets her slowed down before he kissed the wall. He's ready to hit that head on. Tracy Keller on the outside of the one car, moving up to second. To go, 3 to go. In the 4 car, the Sechrist U-Pullet, Bob Costle's U-Pullet number 4. Mike Lemley completing lap number 4, 2 to go. Tracy Keller in the Beer House Flowers Auto Wreckers 1 second. The El Germac Heating and Cooling 24. Chantel Germac has worked her way to third after starting last. Rick Broadwater's 9 is fourth, and then Phil Abbott in the 51 and Dave McManus in the 17. These two haven't been able to stay away from one another in this one. Checkered flag is out. Mike Lemley will take the heat race win. Tracy Keller will get second, closely followed by Chantel Germac. Rick Broadwater and the race for fifth will go to the 17 of Dave McManus. 33 of John Komarinsky. The 30 is Ralph McBride. Komarinsky from Greensburg. McBride in the 30 from Valencia. 5, Sean Pilla from Connellsville. 96, Mark Poole out of 84. 43, Mike Adams from Portview. And the 98 of Neil Brown from Acme. Neil tied with Rick Miller for the points lead coming into the night. The Rocklight 33 of Komarinsky on the inside is your leader, racing off of 4. McBride still second. Pilla third, Poole fourth, and Neil Brown is fifth. Komarinsky goes high. Sean Pilla down on the low side in the Nagny Gas and Oil Hunters Truck Sales. Number 5 challenging for the lead, and right behind Pilla comes the Coors Light 98 of Neil Brown. Brown in the 98 moving up to second and quickly puts the pressure on Pilla for the lead. Sean wasn't here last week, out vacationing. He's back in the saddle tonight trying to hold off Neil Brown. Poole in the 96, spinning in turn 2. Caution is out for the 96, the Howard Concrete pumping Chevy of Mark Poole. Green is out. Neil Brown quickly goes for the lead down the backstretch. He'll get by Sean Pill as they enter turn number 3 in the Coors Light 98. Pill second, Komarinsky third, then it's McBride, Mark Poole on the outside in car 96, trying to move into the 4th spot. Mark, 4 laps to go. Mark Poole clearly into 4th now, Ralph McBride in the 35th, and then the 43 of Mike Adams. Remaining. The Coors Light 98 of Neil Brown from last to first. Sean Pill second, John Komarinsky third, Mark Poole 4th. Ralph McBride and Mike Adams round out the field of finishers in the first qualifier. John Messenger out of Clarksburg, West Virginia in the pole in the 51. Somerset's Gary Wiltrell alongside of the 95. Gary was the feature winner last Friday. 60, Tommy Beck from Delmont. The 25 of Rick Miller out of Dawson, or Dunbar, excuse me. The 80 of Nick Duratz from Cannonsburg. 20 is Brian Curry making his second start of the year out of New Martinsburg. And the new driver tonight, Donnie Potts from Artemis in car 44. It's the Megan Ford Stone & Company 95 of Will Trout into the lead. The Brooks Automotive Valvoline 25 of Miller's second, and the Larry Lynn Carpet and Flooring Stand Transmission 60 of Tommy Beck runs third. Ford, still Wiltrout, Miller, Beck, Messenger 4th, Duratz is 5th. Donnie Potts in the 44 on the outside, trying to pass the 20 of Brian Curry. Johnson to 44. Spipper Boats, that's Caddyshack, Family Fun Park, Route 31 east of Donegal. The ultimate in family fun. Gary Wiltrout continues to set the pace. Rick Miller and Tommy Beck are right behind him in second and third. Emergency vehicles, quality support Taurus of Gary Wiltrout. Takes the white flag. Tommy Beck closing in on Rick Miller in the 25 car. The Valvoline Brooks Automotive Group 25 and the Larry Lynn Flooring and Carpeting Stands Transmission 60. Chasing the Megan Ford Stone & Company 95 of Wiltrout to the checkered. Johnny Messenger in the 51 fourth. Nick Duratz in car number 80. It's a top 5 finish, followed by a 60 car, or truck, excuse me, Adam Kostelnik from Pitcairn. 69, Dave Merrow. He's been the hot shoe. Dave out of Wall. 16 of Eugene Huge Seferno out of Roughdale, and the 90 of Bill Wintruba from Munhall. Green is out. Your Falcones Chrysler Jeep Pro Trucks. Thunder through turns 1 and 2. Chris Kossel. The Brooks Automotive Group, Bob Mongel's Car Care 32 in front. So the Froggy FM 60 of Adam Kostelnik. Eugene Seferno is up to third in the 16 and closing on the front two. Got a real scramble here. Side by side, it's Kostelnik taking the lead. The Stands Transmissions Froggy FM number 60. He's sideways in the middle of 1 and 2, really sideways. He's still in front. Kossel trying to hold off Seferno now for second. Greg Kelly joins the mix in the 36. Here comes Stewart in the 55. Merrow in the 69. They're all together. Seferno to second. Coming to the halfway mark, Greg Kelly now on the car or truck 36 to the outside of Chris Kossel. Moving up to third. Merrow in the 69. Passing Kossel, or trying to, for fourth. Kelly to the inside of Seferno as they battle for second. It's still Kostelnik in front. Kelly now edging Seferno for second and challenging Kostelnik for the lead. Both those trucks sideways there. Two laps to go. Who's it going to be here? Adam Kostelnik, Greg Kelly, Eugene Seferno almost spins out that time in 1 and 2, or Dave Merrow in the 69. Seferno's sideways again, losing ground in fourth. Kelly takes the lead on the low side in the 36. Kostelnik runs it in hard on the outside. It's Merrow to the inside of Kostelnik trying to move to second here on the final lap. Kelly in the 36 wins it. Dave Merrow to second. Side by side for third. Four, Dustin Dustin Blank from Butler, the 3 of Robbie Young from Rielton, and the 14 of Paul Milowicki from Hunker. Green is out. Ahead of Dan Lewis, Dustin Blank, and Robbie Young. Jr., who looked like he was going to get the feature win last week, only to encounter some thick traffic near the end, and Dave Barrow was able to pass him on the final lap. Out in front here, your defending champion in the Ogermac Heating and Cooling, Tom Clark Chevy. Pizza and Gyro Express number 8. Dan Lewis is a Monongahela driver in his first year here at Motordrome Speedway, running second. Dustin Blank in the Neidhart Auto Sales 4 is third, and the Irwin RB3 of Robbie Young fourth. Then it's the Hunker Hornet, Paul Milowicki in the 14, and Dave Manns in the 51. 3 laps to go. Fourth turn they come to take the checkered flag. Marion Reno Jr. wins the heat race over Dan Lewis, Dustin Blank, and Robbie Young. The 14, Paul Milowicki, will finish 5th. William Bellis, please report to the souvenir stand. William Bellis of Bob Bench Jr. out of Irwin. The 97, last week's feature winner, Georgie Nicola from Pittsburgh, and the 49 is Jim Webb from Monongahela. 8 laps for the Sheets Modifieds, first of 2 heat races. Green is out. Good start for Gary Scott, and Jim Webb spins right off the bat in the 49. All by his lonesome self, Jim trying to keep her going. And he does, and we're still racing. The green is out. Scott in front, Urso second, Nicola third, Bacalon fourth. The 60 of Bob Bench Jr. is 5th. Scott picks the inside of the lap car, which is not the normal line. I mean, you would think that you would go to the outside of the lap cars running on the bottom side of the racetrack, but Scott went inside. He made it. 12:97 trying to pass Paul Urso for second. He completes the pass exiting the fourth turn. We've got one lap to go. The Swiss Bell Music 16 of Gary Scott will go wire to wire for the win. Georgie Nicola, Paul Urso, and Mike Bacalon chase him home with Bob Bench Jr. fifth in the 60. Then Matt Penine to 32 in the 49 of Jim Webb. 77, Brian Stephen from North for Sales. 31 is Matt Smith out of Charleroi. 22, Brian Pickering from Elizabeth. The 6 is Tommy Benz from White Oak, and the 47 is Chris Dodge from Pittsburgh. Nicola now the points leader coming into the night. Out in front early here in the 5 car. The Bobby's Lounge Deere transmission, Ola Tower View service machine. Mark Nicola with the lead, Pickering second, Smith third. To go. Nicola has left them well behind here. Brian Pickering running second, Matt Smith third, Tommy Benz fourth, and Brian Stevenson is fifth with 1 lap remaining. Flag for Jimmy Nicola. Pickering second, Smith third, Benz fourth, Stevenson fifth. 5 is Frank Zurich, 10 Mike Manning, Tom Knight Sr. in the 71 car, that's Todd's dad. Jason Holder in the 74, 64 Bill Henry, 45 Don Blank Sr. in the 4 of Vince Cater. Off they go, the Subway Street Stocks. Westside Lube and Tire, Torx Plumbing, Heating and Air Conditioning, 5 of Frank Zurich ahead. Uh-oh, Mike Manning in the 10. Just turn around and we got 5 of them wrecked up there. The multi-fab machine 10 of Manning may have gotten a little assistance in getting around, and then they all bunched up behind him. Tom Knight Sr. able to drive his. restart. Turek, second right now in the Subway Street Stock point standings. Head of the field here, Donnie Blank Jr. in the 45 and Jason Holder in the 74. Contact there, and Blank goes spinning, and Vince Cater gets into it with the left front in a little bit. So the Subway Street Stock guys are playing. Green flag is out. In front, Tom Knight Sr. second, Bill Henry. Vince Cater, Don Blank Jr. and Jason Holder are next. Don Blank in the 45. Pleasant Bar 45 will move up to fourth here. Turek ahead of Knight. Blank now third. Cater fourth. Bill Henry and Jason Holder. Battle behind them. Holder in the 74 moving up into fifth. To go. Out of Mount Pleasant, on the West Side Lube and Tire, Turek Heating, Plumbing, and Air Conditioning Secrets, Used Parts 5. Frank Turek goes for the win. Tom Knight Sr. second, Don Blank Jr. third, then Jason Holder, Bill Henry, and Vince Cater. 70, Todd Knight. 44, Sean Rick. 22 is Robin Rimmel. The 03 of Sean Zeiler. 13 is Chris Fergona, and the 7 of Garrett Hoos. Green is out. Nicole in the 34, Knight in the 70. Battle for the lead off of 4. Rimmel in the 22, right behind him in third. Chris Fergona goes high in the 44. Sean Rick will move up to fourth. Todd Knight edging ahead of Rich Nicola as they race off of 4. Knight maintains now a car length lead as they head into 3. and Rimmel right behind him in third. These three cars have all had feature wins this year. Sean Rick in the 44 is fourth. 13, Chris Vergona is fifth. Halfway. Vergona in the 13, challenging Sean Rick in the 44 for fourth. Todd Knight staying in front of Rich Nicola, but Nicola and Rimmel have been staying right on his heels. Stan's Transmissions, Carloy Tires 70 trying to hold off the Bobby's Lounge. 34, it's Nicola back to the inside here, challenging for the lead as they race into one. The Mount Pleasant Napa Arsenberger Trucking 22 of Robin Rimmel a close third. Chris Vergona is fourth now and Sean Rick fifth. One more lap to go. Four to the checkered flag. It's going to be Todd Knight from Monroeville getting the win. Rich Nicola second, Robin Rimmel third. Chris Vergona fourth, and Sean Rick rounds out the top five. We need all the Falcons. Ford Mustang pacing the field. 15 laps for the Chargers. Out. Rick Broadwater in the 9, your leader. Bob Shipp in the 04 is second. Jimmy Stokes in the 95 third. 50, Jeff Giles, 4, Mike Lemley, 17, Dave McManus, all running together down the back chute. Lemley trying to thread the needle in the 4. He's got her going. He's up to third. Bob Shipp ahead of Rick Broadwater. Lemley to third. Then it's Jeff Giles and Dave McManus running much better here in the feature than he did in the heat in the 17 car. Tracy Keller dragging a bumper cover on the back of the 1. Mike Lemley moves to second. Tracy wants to make sure if we have an electrical storm he doesn't get shocked. He's got the rubber down on the road. Bob Shipp, still your hit leader. Mike Lemley second, McManus third, Broadwater fourth. Jeff Giles in the 50 and Tracy Keller in the 1. Battle for fifth. Tracy in his tail. Lemley, who's won 4 times this year, and leads the point standings by 6 over McManus, who's right behind him, starting to pressure Bob Shipp for the lead. Bruce Bruce Hamilton around the 50 of Jeff Giles and now pulls to the inside of the 1 of Tracy Keller. Keller still 5th, Hamilton 6th, Broadwater is 4th. Bob Shipp, who hasn't won yet this year but won 5 times a year ago in the 04, still your leader. Keller in the 1 now moves to 4th. And Mike Lemley goes to the inside of Bob Shipp, trying to take the lead. Still Shipp your leader into 1. Halfway. Shipp by half a car length. Mike Lemley working the low side a little better now. He edges ahead of Shipp. Down the backstretch, Bob trying to pull back even. Dave McManus right behind him in 3rd. Bruce Hamilton is up to 5th and Chantel Germack 6th. Lemley your leader. 5 laps to go. Shipp and McManus 1, 2, and 3 with 4 to go. Keller 4th, Hamilton 5th. Germack, a problem in the 24 there. Almost spun the car in 1 and 2. Big puff of smoke, but Chantel rolls on. To go. Mike Lemley trying to win his 5th of the season. Bob Shipp and Dave McManus making sure he doesn't make any mistakes and following his every move. The 4th turn he comes out of Dawson, and the U pull it 4. Mike Lemley gets win number 5. Bob Shipp 2nd, Dave McManus 3rd. Tracy Keller, Bruce Hamilton, and Chantel Germack are right behind. And folks, for Mike Lemley, win number 5 in the Motordrome Chargers on Falcone's Dodge Night.
Okay, fans are down here with Mike Lemley. Mike, last time we talked in Victory Lane, you just became a father. I know your twins were a little premature. I think you can let the fans know that everybody's home and okay.
Yeah, both the boys are home. The wife's doing good. Everybody's doing good.
Hey, and you're doing good right now, picking up your 5th win of the year.
Yeah, but that wasn't an easy one, boy. Bobby was right there. I mean, they're all good. They're all good. It's awesome.
You know, when the car has appeared stronger. I mean, what was the problem tonight? Was it too tight getting through the corners?
Yeah, it was tight. I mean, it's tight midway through all the way off, and I just kind of just held on and see what I could do with it, and we did. It's good. It's good.
You know, Mike, I think we talked before. I mean, you've raced here for 3 years now, and picked up your first win this year, and now you're kind of like the big dog in this division. You know, what's been the magic pill?
Don't jinx me. No, I think seat time. I mean, we got a lot of good sponsors that help us. We run the same motor we ran last year, but you learn the car, you learn how to drive it, and I think that's the biggest thing, seat time for anybody.
Let's talk about those sponsors on the cars and the guys that help you out.
I got Secrets You Pull It, Bob Costles You Pull It, Westside Lube and Tire, Checker Flag Sports Bar, Audi Racing Engines. I got to thank my dad, my wife, my mom. My wife's here tonight. She left the boys at home. They're tied up. So throw a bowl down and let them eat. And I'd like to thank the fans for coming out. Finally got some good weather.
Ladies and gentlemen, 5th win of the year for Mike Lemley.
Again, if you haven't got your souvenir programs, you can still get them down at the souvenir stand. We'll be giving away a whole bunch of door prizes. I think we've got 20 to give away tonight, including a bunch of tickets to Generalstown Speedway, some hats, football, some posters, lots of good stuff we'll be giving away. The black car without a number on the left side is the 50 of Ken Dukish. 24 Michael Lexick, 22 on the left side, 82 on the right side is Bob Ainsley from Normalville. 32 Dan Jordan from Connellsville. 14 Daniel Angelicchio from Greensburg, and the 5 is Bill Oldham from Connellsville.
I thought you didn't turn the switch on.
And the horns are blowing. If you'd like to put together an American flyer, the rules are on the our website at MOTORDROME.com. Pace car heads pit side, and here come your American Flyers for their 5-lap feature. The green is out. Ken Dukish in the 50, Michael Lexick in the 24. Dukish in front, then Lexick, the 82 of Bob Ainsley, the 5 of Dan Jordan, or the 32 of Dan Jordan, excuse me, the 5 of Bill Oldham, and the 14 of Daniel Angelicchio. Oh, the Mean Gene Greco normally 12, contact, look out, kaboom! Oh, Daniel. He missed. Now we got one record in turns 1 and 2. Bill Oldham, the caution is out. Ken Dukish. We're back racing. It's 82. It's 82 on 20. Bill Oldham in the 5 moves to second.
It is 22 on this.
Angelicchio trying to pass the 24 Michael Lexick to move up to third. Jordan in the 32. Bill Oldham in the 5. Ahead of the field with 1 lap to go. And the winner will be Dan Jordan. Bill Oldham second. Daniel Angelicchio third. The 82 of Bob Ainsley and the 24 hat. Mike, is that a hat Mike Lemley has in his hand?
Yeah, now, if you remember, a few weeks back, Mike Lemley won the Charger feature, and this is the hat they have to wear when they win their first race here. So Mike had his picture taken with it on. He's not
you
going to
just
let
fell out of the
anybody
car. Dan Jordan. Dan, you're going to have to get more graceful getting out of the car if you're going to win. Dan Jordan, your winner in the American Flyers.
Dan, picking up your first win here. What's this, only second week racing?
Yeah, I'd just like to thank Sechrist and Torek Brothers for everything they did, help me out here.
You know, talk about the race there. I thought maybe the 22 car was going to run away and hide there. It had a little bit of trouble. You took advantage of it.
Yeah, this car, it seemed to do better on the outside, so that's where I stayed. So,
You know, let's talk about the car here. You're trying to build this division a little bit. Doesn't look like it costs a whole lot to get one of these cars together.
no, but it's still a good bit of work getting one ready, and it's a lot of fun. More people ought to do it.
Let's talk about the sponsors and the guys that help you out. No, you got to leave that on for the picture. No. Don't work that way. No, Mike has his picture taken in it. You got to leave that on for the picture.
Okay.
All right. Good. Now let's talk about the sponsors and the guys that help you out.
Sechrist Auto Wreckers. I said Frank and Jeff Torek, they helped me with everything on this car. So without them guys, I wouldn't be here. So,
Thank the fans.
and thank the fans. Thanks.
Ladies and gentlemen, your winner first of the year for Dan Jordan.
All of our feature winners will pick up a case of Pepsi Cola and a 22-ounce bag of Snyder Berlin potato chips, plus some restaurant on Route 51 in Jefferson. John Messenger, 25 Rick Miller, 43 Mike Adams, 60 Tommy Beck, 33 John Komarinsky, the 80 of Nick Duratz, 96 Mark Poole, 30 Ralph McBride, 5 Sean Pilla, 98 Neil Brown, 95 Gary Wiltrout, the 20 car of Brian Curry, 61 is Larry Bahana, and the 44 is Donnie Potts. Falcone's Dodge late models on Falcone's Dodge Night here at Motordrome Speedway. 40 laps. Next week is the big Firecracker 150. The green is out. Into the lead goes Rick Miller. Tommy Beck trying to motor to second. Beck to second. Messenger is third. Adams fourth. And Komarinsky runs fifth. Tommy Beck. The battle for second. Look out, Adams in the 43 gets a piece of the 51 of John Messenger, but they keep going. Komarinsky anticipating a wreck, backed out of it. And look at Gary Wiltrout. He's sailing up through the field in a big way. Mark Poole into the back of the 51 of Messenger, who pulls to the inside of the racetrack. Wiltrout around Mike Adams and up to third. Miller ahead of Beck. Wiltrout third. Adams fourth. Mark Poole fifth. Then it's John Komarinsky and Neil Brown. John Messenger, Sean Pilla, Ralph McBride, Larry Bahana, Nick Duratz, Brian Curry, and Donnie Potts. Brown in car 98. 8 to the low side of John Komarinsky. He moves up to 6th as Mark Poole in the 96 passes the 43 of Mike Adams for 4th. Is closing in on the 60 car of Tommy Beck. He's got a long way to go, but he is closing ground. Neil Brown now in the 98 around the Mike Adams 43 and up into the top 5. Closing in on the back of the field, about to start to lap some cars. Half a straightaway lead over Tommy Beck, and Gary Wiltrout is closing in quickly in 3rd. Mark Poole is 4th and Neil Brown 5th. 30 laps to go. 30 to go. Trout to the inside of Beck. Lap traffic ahead of the race for 2nd. Down the back straightaway. It's going to be interesting when they head to 3. Wiltrout has to back out just a bit. And now they make a sandwich out of Brian Curry in car 20 in turn 4. Neil Brown to the inside of Mark Poole trying to break into 4th. It's still Poole 4th and Brown 5th down the back chute. Trout again to the inside of Beck. And the Michigan Ford Stone & Company 95 moves to 2nd. He's a straightaway behind the race leader, Rick Miller. Neil Brown is now 4th and Mark Poole 5th. Komarinsky 6th, Pillis 7th, Adams 8th. McBride and Bahana run for 9th and 10th. So we close in on the halfway mark. More traffic ahead for the race leader as he heads into turn 1. And John Komarinsky racing hard here for 6th. Till in the 5 able to get by. Down in turn 1 as Miller completes lap 20. We're halfway in the Falcones Dodge late model feature, 20 laps to go. Rick Miller lapping some cars for the 2nd time. Brown in the 98 closing ground on the 3rd place car of Tommy Beck. cars between first and second. Wiltrout has got his work cut out. Thick traffic ahead as he heads into turn 1. Neil Brown now right behind Tommy Beck in the race for third and fourth. Miller's lead is still a straightaway. Rick trying to win for the fourth time this year. Caution is out. We've got a wreck up in tow. The third and fourth place cars. Tommy Beck in the 60 and Neil Brown in the 98. Two cars running for third and fourth. To the 98 of Neil Brown and the 60 of Tommy Beck. The green is out. Takes off with the lead. Wiltrout now as close as he's been. They restart giving Gary a chance here to make a run for it. Last week it was Wiltrout first and Miller second. Tonight it's Miller with the upper hand after starting up front. Mark Poole third, Sean Pillow fourth, Neil Brown is fifth in car 98. Brown in the 98, passing Pill in the 5, trying to anyway down the backstretch for fourth. Up to fifth in car 33. 30, Ralph McBride pitting. Carbureted car running in the top 5. He runs fourth in car 96. Less than 10 laps to go. Miller stretched the lead out to a half a straightaway. Rick looking for his fourth win of the season. Now to the 96 of Mark Poole. The battle for third down the back straightaway. And Brown in the 98 nosing ahead of Poole into turn 3. To go, 5 to go. starting to lap some cars, trying to get by the 51 of John Messenger. Their battle for fifth. John Komarinsky and Tommy Beck into turn one, side by side as they split the lap car of Nick Durant's coming down the front chute. Beck and Komarinsky still wheel to wheel for fifth. Tommy Beck edging ahead, makes the pass into turn one. Final lap, Rick Miller leads them off of turn two. Will Trout second, Brown third, Poole fourth, and Beck now fifth. The Brooks Automotive Valvoline 25 from Dunbar. Rick Miller wins his fourth Falcone's Dodge late model feature of the season. Gary Wiltrout second. Neil Brown third, Mark Poole fourth, and car 60, Tommy Beck will round out the top five. Rick Miller's fourth win of the season in the Falcone's. Good, he finished fourth. And Tommy Beck and John Komarinsky battled for fifth right to the wire, with Beck getting it and Komarinsky settling for sixth in car number 33. Folks from Falcone's Dodge will be down there to present the trophy to our feature winner, his fourth of the season, and a chance for him to move up possibly in the NASCAR Dodge Weekly Series Atlantic Region standings. He's fourth in the region coming into tonight. Wins certainly help. Gary Wiltrout was your Valvoline Hard Charger. Valvoline presenting a case of oil to the winner and the Hard Charger in all of our feature events. How about a nice hand, folks? He's out of the car, Rick Miller.
Okay, fans, we're down here with Rick Miller. Rick picking up win number 4, starting up front helps.
Oh, definitely. Anytime that you can start in the front, especially the first row like that, definitely makes your job a lot easier for sure.
You know, we've talked for a few weeks now. You haven't been in Victory Circle, and you'd say that part of the problem was you had to use up the cars so much to get to the front. By the time you got there, you really couldn't run with the leader.
Yeah, all the other guys, Neil and Gary and everybody, they were all getting a little bit better and everything, and starting in the back all the time, man. You have to just use your stuff up so fast to get to those guys to get there. But, you know, fortunately tonight we were in the front, so made it easy.
You know, I looked at the heat race, and the car definitely looked like it was off a little bit in the heat race. Saw you coming out of turn 2. I was standing down the backstretch. You could see the thing moving all over the track on it. Now, did you change anything, or do you kind of set it up for the night race and hope that the track comes to you?
Well, we've been struggling a little bit with the setups as the weather's been changing, the track changed, and we got away from them. We've been getting loose, and in the heat race, the guys just had the car a little bit too tight there, and they made one adjustment there and freed it up a little bit there for the feature, and that was just on a rail.
Okay, Rick, let's talk about the sponsors and the guys that help you out.
Yeah, Valvoline, Brooks Automotive Group, Judy and Steffi Fowles, Precision Chassis, Left-Hander Chassis, Ultralight Brakes, Penske Shocks. They're all good helps to us. And, the crew does a heck of a job week in and week out getting the car going. Sometimes I get hard on them when we struggle a little bit, but man, they buckled down this week and got it good for me.
Ladies and gentlemen, Rick Miller not only take home his 4th win of the year, but he's also your new points leader, Rick Miller.
I want to send out a happy birthday to Vera Cochran, Tommy Beck's grandmother. Let's give away some more door prizes while they're taking the pictures down there. These numbers are again inside the back cover of your souvenir program. And if your number is called, take your program down to the souvenir stand to pick up your prize. We've got a hat from True Value. It's a number 181. Young, 55. Curtis Stewart Jr., the 8 of Marion Reno, moving back up into position after a pre-race spin, the 4 of Dustin Blank. 36, Greg Kelly. 02, Dan Lewis. 69, Dave Merrow. 32, Chris Kossel. 90, Bill Wintruba. The 51 of Dave Manns and the 14 of Paul Milowicki. Here we go. 20 laps. The distance, Falcone's Chrysler Jeep Pro Trucks, and we're racing. Uh-oh. Dustin Blank in the 4. Couldn't go on the start. Got run into from behind. Everyone's clear and going down the back chute. On the outside, Eugene Ciferno trying to pass the 60 of Adam Kostelnik. It's Ciferno in front, Kostelnik second, then Robbie Young and Marion Reno is up to 4th in the 8s. Off a 2 down the backstretch. It's still Ciferno, Kostelnik. Here comes Reno. 3 wide into 3 for second. So far, so good. They're still going straight off of 4. Reno to second, Kostelnik third. Now Dan Lewis trying to pass the 3 of Robbie Young for 4th. Marion Reno, I'm sure, on a mission tonight after last week's ending that saw him lose the lead on the final lap. Paul Milowicki in the 14 to the pits as Marion Reno takes the lead away from Eugene Ciferno. Side by side for 4th, and right behind them sits the 69 of Dave Barrow. Lewis in the 0-2 to 4th. Barrow trying to follow him to the inside of Young for 5th. Dave Barrow now to 5th. Barrow has won 3 in a row, 6 overall. He's taken the checkered flag first in 7 straight. He's got his work cut out tonight. 14 laps to go. That truck will move in the middle groove. He's around the 0-2 of Dan Lewis. Right behind the 60 of Adam Kostelnik. Trying to pull alongside the 60 of Kostelnik for 3rd. And he makes the pass. Greg Kelly trying to follow him on that outside trail. Ciferno still second. It's Reno with a big lead out in front. Greg Kelly now to 4th. Dan Lewis in the 0-2 moves to 5th. Kostelnik looks to have a problem in the 60 as the handle has gone away. He's losing spots in a hurry. The Stance Transmission's Froggy FM 60. Halfway, 10 laps to go. Straightaway lead continues for Marion Reno. Eugene Ciferno has his hands full in second. Adam Kostelnik spins around in turn 2 in the 60 truck. He's been Green is back out. Ciferno with a problem in the 16 truck. You might have a tire flat. The right front may be down on the 16 of Eugene Ciferno. Out in front, it's Marion Reno. Dave Barrow's up to second now. As they say, the race is on. Good battle for 3rd, 4th, and 5th, too, between the 36 of Greg Kelly, the 02 of Dan Lewis, and the 3 of Robbie Young. If the tire's not flat, there's something else amiss in the right front of the 16 truck. Eugene takes the 16 to the pits after running more than half the race near the front. Torino by 2 truck lengths over the 69 of Dave Merrill. Doesn't this look familiar? 4 laps to go, 4 to go. Last year it was all Marion Reno. This year it's been all Dave Merrill. Reno has had nothing but bad luck ever since opening day when he won the feature. The lead grew on that lap. Pushes high in the middle of 3, and I don't know, there might be something on the racetrack over there in turn 3. I saw a couple of guys skate the previous lap. It was Merrow and Kelly that slid. That time Reno went for a slide up in turn 3. Coming around for the white flag, Dave Merrow right behind Marion Reno Jr. Greg Kelly right behind Merrow with 1 to go. You bet Marion's going to try to protect that inside. He pushes up in the middle of 1 and 2. Here comes Greg Kelly. He gets by Merrill for second. Coming to the checkered flag. Slipping and sliding. The 8 might be putting the moisture down. It's Marion Reno Jr. the winner. Kelly second, Merrill third. Dan Lewis fourth and Robbie Young fifth. Of our pro trucks.
32, 90, 51, 60.
And they'll once again be presenting the trophy to our feature winner. Still to come will be the modifieds and the street stocks. Another birthday greeting. Happy 10th birthday to Nick Taylor. How about a nice hand for Marion Reno Jr.?
Okay, fans are down here at Marion Reno, and Marion, finally.
Yeah, it's been there. Finally got one tonight.
You know, it looked like you almost didn't happen again there. What happened there with about 3 laps to go?
I was on the brakes in the corner there, and all of a sudden a back end come around, so I don't know what happened.
But it looked like from looking behind you, I don't know if there was something on the track or what, but Greg Kelly and Dave Merrill both also kind of getting dicey in that situation.
Yeah, there's probably something back here.
Let's talk about the sponsors and the people you need to thank.
I had a cold all week, and I have a hard time breathing, and I can't catch up. El Germac Heating and Cooling, Tom Clark Chevrolet. I got to thank Advanced Automotive, Tom Vosling. Today's his birthday. Happy birthday, Tom. AdMax Lubricants, Tommy Gale Trailers, Hallmark Trailers, Pizza and Gyro Express, the Olympia Beer Store, and then all the other guys helped me. All my guys, we've been having a rough year, and usually all day Saturday and through the week we got to work to come back out here. Hopefully in a couple weeks we'll have a new truck, and this one's so bent up I can't believe it's as fast as it is.
Thanks, fans.
Thanks, fans, for coming out on finally a decent Friday night.
Ladies and gentlemen, second one of the year for Marion Reno Jr.
Davies Ford Mustang facing the field and will be ready to go the next time around on Falcone's Dodge Nights with your sheets modified. Still to come, the Subway Street Stocks, and don't forget Rich Nicole is your Subway Street Stock Challenge contestant tonight, the driver of car number 34. If he should win the feature tonight, all of you with adult tickets will get a free 6-inch meatball sub at any of the participating Subway locations. That race will be next. Green is out and off they go. Chris Dodd's not able to get the 47 car in gear, it sounded like, coming down the front straightaway. Jim Nicola, your points leader, with the early lead from the pole. Brian Pickering second, Mike Bacalon third, Matt Smith is fourth, and Bob Bench Jr. running fifth. Chris Dodds in the 47 into the pits. Bacalon trying to get by Pickering for second. It's still Pickering second, Bacalon third, then Smith and Bobby Benz a close fifth. Gary Scott moves to the outside in car 16, carrying the momentum. Scott getting it done on the top side right now. Swissvale Music 16. Georgie Nicola now to the inside of Paul Urso in a 37. Heck of a race in the middle of the pack. Jim Nicola's left everyone behind right now. Now Mike Bacalon passes Brian Pickering for second. And while they're brake checking on the inside, Gary Scott continues to make progress on the outside. And Paul Urso tries to follow him up there in the 37 car. Look at this three-wide scramble off of 4. Laps in. This will be lap 6 this time around. Jim Nicola ahead of Mike Bacalon, Gary Scott third. Matt Smith and Brian Pickering form the next row. That's Georgie Nicola, the 97. Nicola now trying to pass Smith for fourth. Pickering and Bobby Benz continue their side-by-side battle. 3 wide now as Urso dives to the inside of Pickering. That crowd going into 1. Pickering in the 22 was out of shape trying to hold on to it on the back straightaway. Look out, look out. He'll finally spin around. That was going to happen for a while. Green is back out. It's Nicola ahead of Bacalon, Scott, Nicola, and Smith. Bobby Benz in the 60, trying to pass Matt Smith for 5th. He does, and Paul Urso tries to make the pass as well. He'll move to 6th. Smith drops to 7th in the 31. Meantime, Bacalon now putting the pressure on Jim Nicola for the lead. Gary Scott a close third. Georgie Nicola, last week's winner, in 4th. mark. Gary Scott opens up that inside lane, and Georgie Nicola at 97 trying to pass him for third. Benz now in the 60, trying to pass Scott for fourth. Nicola still ahead by just a car length. That's Jim Nicola, his nephew Georgie in third. 6 cars, any of the 6 could win this one. Coming off the fourth turn, Bacalon. For a moment there, looked like he's going to try the inside, but couldn't get it down the front stretch. Bacalon now, close to the wall coming off the second turn. Georgie Nicola in the 97 dives to his inside. Contact there, look out. Bacalon gets turned around, and Bobby Benz keeps going. It'll be Mike Bacalon parked in turn 4. Nicola starting up front, and he has stayed there. He had a big lead before the first caution. Green is out. Mike Bacalon will be black flag for jumping on the start in car 48. Jim Nicola, Georgie Nicola, Bobby Benz, Gary Scott, Paul Urso. Four laps to go. Into the pits for a stop and go penalty. One lap to go. Jim Nicola, the points leader, trying to add to that lead and pick up his second win of the season. Nephew Georgie not going to make it easy on him here as they head down the back chute. Bobby Benz third, Gary Scott fourth, and Paul Urso fifth. Off of 4, it's going to be Jim Nicola picking up his second checkered flag of 2003. Georgie Nicola second, Bobby Benz third, Gary Scott fourth, and Paul Urso fifth. He's quickly out of the car. How many nice hands for Jim Nicola?
Hey, fans, we're down here with Jimmy Nicola. And Jim, I asked you after the heat race, I said, what do you think? He said, a car feels awful good, but it doesn't count to the feature. I guess you're feeling a little bit better now.
Yeah, I feel real good. Car ran good. Got a hell of a crew backing me up, I'll tell you that. They do a hell of a good job.
You know, you look at that race, even though you won the race, a lot of competition there. You really had to keep your line. A lot of guys trying to get by you.
Oh, yeah, they're like a pack of dogs, man. These guys are tough. This is one hell of a good division. I'd sure like to see more cars get out here and be competitive. I mean, it's fun. It's a good economical division, I say that.
You know, there's at least 7 cars in this race here that could have won. Had you slipped up, they were all lined up behind you, just waiting for you to make that mistake. But you've been around a little bit now. You don't make those mistakes too often anymore.
I do make them sometimes. I made one early in the year when I had to pull. I was just trying to redeem myself. I feel good. I did it tonight.
All right, let's talk about the sponsors and the guys that help you out.
All right, I'd like to thank Bobby's Lounge. They've been with us for a long time. Dare Transportation, Ron. We got another one. Also, I'd like to thank Danny Ole from Ole Tire View Service. He's been with me for 3-4 years. He's a hell of a good guy. And Al Colbert from Colbert Collision. And I think that's it.
Thank you, fans.
And I'd also like to thank the fans for coming out. I'd like to see more of you people in the stands. It's a nice track. I'd like to keep it going. Thanks.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner tonight, Jimmy Nicola.
Of the night on Falcone's Dodge Night. Here come your Subway Street Stocks. And off they go. Sean Rick in the 44 to 13 of Chris Vergona. Battle for the lead. Rick will lead lap 1. Don Blank in the 45, Todd Knight, 722 Robin Rimmel. They're all bunched in there. Rich Nicola in the 34, 5 Frank Turek. Hotly contested here in the opening laps. Oh, into 1. Rimmel hard on the brakes to avoid some serious contact there. Now 3 wide for second. Todd Knight trying to split the seam. He's going for Donnie Blank to his inside. Banging wheels in 3 and 4. Rick out in front. Knight moves to second. Still Sean Rick, your leader. Now Robin Rimmel back on the gas on the inside in car 22. Into 3. Rimmel moving to third, trying to bring Rich Nicola with him in the 34 car. Todd Knight takes the lead on the outside in car 70. Oh, and he spins into 1. Don Blank, Jr. in the 45, nowhere to go. Gets on the brakes and the caution is out. Underway. In the 5. Inside of Chris Vergona's 13 into third. Robin Rimmel still in front of Rich Nicola. Tom Knight, senior in the 71, is 5th. Meantime, after a tire change, trying to motor the 70 car back up through the field. car lengths in the Mount Pleasant Napa, Arsenberger Trucking, Huffman's Auto Sales Ford. Robin with 1 win on the year. Rich Nicola behind him in 34, also with 1 win. That came last week. Frank Turek in the 5 has won 3 times. He is 3rd. Todd Knight all the way up to 7th in the 70. Still 10 laps to go. Nicola now closed within a couple of car lengths again of Robin Ribble. Todd Knight is back up to 6 now. His dad, Tom Knight Sr., is ahead of him, and Todd Knight almost wrecked the car coming off of 4 that time. Chris Vergona having a good run tonight. Second-year driver running in the 4th spot in the 13 car. The Empire Glass. Avon's Beauty Supply, Al's Garage, 13. And in turn 1, we got a wreck. Caution is out. 45, Don Blank Jr. is up, turned around, and 8 laps. Todd Knight right around Dad Tom. He listened well. He pulled over and Todd went by. He's up to 5th. Robin Rimmel extends that lead to about 5 or 6 car lengths. Todd Knight, meantime, trying to get around Chris Vergona for 4th. Looks like he may very well hold on to that points lead despite an early race caution. He's battled back within 1 spot of the 2nd place pointsman, Frank Turek. Robin Rimmel almost spins the car. He's trying to save it, but he'll lose the lead, and your Subway Street Stock Challenge contestant is now in front, Rich Nicola. Trying to win you all a 6-inch meatball sub. Wow. Quickly, things can change. Frank Turek 2nd. Rimmel drops to 3rd. Knight is 4th, and Vergona 5th. Now Frank Turek trying to steal your sub down the backstretch of the number 5. Into 3 and 4, the battle is on here. 2 laps to go. Nicola in the 34, Turek in the 5 on the ragged edge. Rimmel 3rd, Todd Knight a close 4th, and Chris Vergona 5th. Still Nicola, but Turek continues to hound him on the low side of the racetrack. Nicola sideways, trying to save it in turn 4. He pushes a bit. Here comes Frank Turek, 1 to go. Sub or no sub? The Subway Street Stock thriller right down to the wire. Rich Nicola in the 34, your Subway Street Stock Challenge contestant, and Frank Turek in the 5. Wheel to wheel off the 4th turn. The drag race is on. Who's it going to be? It's going to be Nicola. Yes. Wow, boy. His brother Jim just won the modified. Last week it was Rich and his nephew George. Tonight it's Rich and his brother Jim, both in the winner's circle here at Motordrome. So the Nicolas are getting hot here as we end the month of June. How about a nice hand, folks? He won you all a 6-inch meatball sub, Rich Nicola.
Everybody gets a hoagie.
You're the hoagie boy. Everybody loves you tonight, buddy.
I'm the hoagie boy. I hope everybody enjoys, man. What a great race, huh? What a great race, Frank and Robin. Robin slipped up big time over here in 2. That was the only way I was going to get him because this car was so loose. I thought Frank was going to get me for second place, man, but he drove me clean. He could have bumped me and taken that win, but he drove a great race. I'll tell you what, these guys in this division are pretty good, and I don't know what else to say. I thank the fans for coming out. I hope you enjoy your hoagie, man.
I tell you what, you talk about Frank. Frank's always been a clean, hard racer, and at Todd Knight, another guy that you can just get up there and run. And it's got to feel good to know that as long as I'm holding my line, that I can trust who's underneath me.
That's correct. I mean, there's some pretty talented drivers in this division, and I highly recommend everybody try this division because it's a pretty good division. And well, I want to thank my sponsors, Bobby's Lounge, Ron Ream from Dare Transportation. I'd like to thank Danny Ola from Ola's Tire Review Service. And I also want to give thanks to Nicola Race Team, but I also want to give thanks to Ed Lynn because they loaned me some help and they give me some parts for this car. And like I said, I'd like to thank the fans for coming. I hope you enjoyed it. It was great on this end.
Okay, Rich, I tell you what, if it all takes